Hello, everyone, and welcome to the premiere episode of the Beyond Limits podcast. I'm your host, Eli Shalita.
And I'm your co-host, Greg Vaughn.
And today we want to share with you a little bit about ourselves. And Greg, let me start out by sharing my story with the audience. I am a Lebanese citizen that grew up in the country of the United Arab Emirates. Around 18 years of age, I came to the United States of America to fulfill my father's dream in becoming an engineer, because in his mind that was going to make me the most money. Came here and realized my passion was not in engineering, it was in the people's business. And so at that particular time, I made up the decision of not going back to school, which concurrently worked out because my father didn't have any more money to support me. And so somehow we had a phone conversation, he and I, and he just said that he was going to cut me off financially. He didn't have any more money left, and he wasn't able to support my dream any longer. And so I asked him, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? He said, well, you're going to have to figure it out. Ended up taking a Greyhound bus from Mobile, Alabama, all the way to Morganton, North Carolina, where I would find a friend who had me work at a gas station for his bosses. They were from Pakistan. And I ended up working at the very least 60 hours a week. And most of the time I would work around 90 hours a week. I would open, I would close the gas station. And during that time, I just felt not just unmotivated, but I felt uninspired. I felt depressed at times. I felt like I had no meaning in life. And I'll never forget it, Greg, because on October the 10th of the year 2005, a man walked into my gas station and told me that there was more to life than just doing the menial things and getting by. And that day, my life was changed forever. And I realized from that day forward that I could be whatever I was destined to be, whatever I will my mind to be. Not only did I get married to his sister-in-law, but I went back to school, pursued my passion in business, and done well in school, graduated. And for the last 10 years, Greg, I have ran my own nonprofit business. And around the time that my life changed, I remember you and I meeting together, our paths crossing, and what a day that was. So that being said, Greg, tell me a little bit more about yourself so the audience can know a little bit more about you.
Sure. So I'm originally from California, but I've lived here in North Carolina. My parents moved out here for some job opportunities, and I've lived out here ever since. So it's been at least 25 years. I got a job. My mom's always worked at McDonald's, and she's been working at McDonald's for about 40 years now. Her job transitioned from Hickory to Morganton, which is where Eli was just telling us he ended up at. So I just thought it was pretty cool that we kind of ended up in the same town. But my mom ended up in Morganton. I ended up getting a job there. And, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And I don't think it was coincidence. I ended up there in Morganton because not only did I meet Eli there later on down the road in McDonald's, I actually found my future wife. We got married and several years passed by. I've got a little bit of computer engineering degree under my belt. I didn't get to finish that. I really got more into the management side of things. So I've got about 10 years experience of management. Worked my way up from a shift manager. I did night shift, I did day shift, I did department managers, and then eventually worked my way up to a general manager status. And then, of course, I've got some counseling. Went to Wilson University, got some counseling under my belt as well. And then I, too, also work in a nonprofit organization and have been helping people get their lives changed around. So that's a little bit of my backstory and how I've got to where I am today.
We have realized we have so much in common. Both of us have a deep passion and a burden to help people reach their fullest potential. Our passion is to help anybody, no matter who you are, where you come from, what kind of background you have. Our passion is to help you excel in every single area of your life, whether that be personal, relational, mental, psychological. This is why we have created this podcast, is to be a tool in order to help you be the best version of you.
So now that you know a little bit about us both, we hope that you'll tune in every Tuesday and Thursday for a brand new episode, again, about leadership, about management, relationship, mental health. All those things can be found right here in this podcast. And we hope that you'll subscribe to the channel. And then if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and maybe even leave a comment down below of topics that you would like to hear on this channel. And we'll see you in the very next podcast.